As I was complaining, as I often do at the beginning of the program, there's no big Night Talk Half Moon logo here on the desk here. Is there anything, do you have any advice as to how I could get somebody to actually put a light bulb in that thing there that projects it, that stays lit for more than like 2 or 3 days?
Yes and no answers till he asks a decent question. No.
You don't have any idea at all?
No.
All right. Let's see what Laura has to say. Hi, Laura. You're on Night Talk for Doug.
Hi.
Hi.
I've been waiting for an open mic something or other to call in, and I'm glad that I had a chance to do this tonight while it was fresh on my mind. I've been very concerned about a diehard tradition in Pittsburgh that's affecting young people and possibly creating situations where people have to leave Pittsburgh. That's the tradition of throwing kids out when they turn 18 or threatening them with dire consequences, the epitome of which is they will be thrown out as soon as they graduate. And I don't find this to be family friendly, and I don't find it to be conducive to making strong families in Pittsburgh.
Doug, have you been throwing a lot of 18-year-olds out?
I think we should get rid of every 18-year-old in this town. In fact, anybody under the age of 52, they should take them to the border and point, because I want to be young again. I'm an old bozo, and these 18-year-olds are very annoying, except the girls. Let's keep the women, but get rid of all of the guys. I support that.
Laura, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
It has, and we're joking here because, you know, it's not necessarily the topic of the show.
He's joking. I'm not joking.
But, well, maybe Doug's not. But, I mean, were you thrown out when you were 18, or did somebody you know just throw out some 18-year-olds out of the house?
Yes. I live in an affluent neighborhood in Pittsburgh, and I have 2 18-year-olds living in my basement, which is a very nice basement. But nevertheless, when they graduated from high school, the month before, they were advised that they would no longer be, this would no longer be their home. And so both of them came to us individually and said, you're really nice parents, and you've tolerated us this long. Would you mind if we move into your basement until we get on our feet?
So did you call up the parents and say, hey, how come you're so mean?
No, because it's a Pittsburgh tradition.
Is it? Did you know that? I didn't know.
Do you want to hear about my take on this? Because I'm 45 years old and I lived through it and with it, and I saw it happening all around me, although my parents did not have that philosophy.
Well, go ahead real quick. Sure, yeah.
Well, the steel mills, when they were the source of major income for families, and boys would be in the mills part-time during high school and then get brought on full-time as soon as they graduated, they could immediately go into their own apartment.
Yeah.
But whenever young men and young people are graduating from high school now, they're going into minimum wage jobs that aren't going to support a lifestyle in a safe neighborhood with furnishings and so forth. And being able to keep it all pulled together without getting into crime and mischief.
Yeah.
So I have brought that up to a lot of parents who were telling me stories about their kid and how they were threatening them with the consequence of having to move out of the house if they continued to just be a normal kid. And I don't believe that that kind of tradition is helping Pittsburgh retain its young people.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for your call. We really appreciate it. So, Doug,
Yes.
what's going on?
Yeah, good call screening.
No, I feel bad for her. Obviously, she's troubled that some parents have dumped some kids in her basement.
Call Lynn Cullen.
Yeah.
Lynn will take them and put them in her basement. You know what a flaming liberal she is.
She has compassion, unlike
she's let me
you
sleep in
and
the
me.
basement, yeah.
Did she really?
On the couch. It was very exciting.
Seriously? I'm surprised she even let you in the door.
That makes 2 of us. Right next to the Labrador Retriever. I don't want to discuss it. This is a family show.
All right, we have another caller holding. I just paper airplaned her name away, but go ahead, please. Are you there, caller? Susan?
I think I am. Hello.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
My name's Susan. Hi, Doug. Hi, John.
Hey.
I just wanted to, I've been meaning to call you, Doug, for a while and just tell you that you're doing such a fantastic job on the radio. It's so good to have you, and I actually was flipping on another channel the other day, and somebody had made that you are better now than you ever were. And I agree.
Who was that?
I'm sorry?
Who was that? Do you remember?
I really don't remember.
Oh, it's all right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. But they had made a comment, and I completely agree. And I love your oldie show on Sunday night. It's just fantastic, and you're looking really great. So I hope you're doing as well as you look. And I just wanted to say, I really think you are better than you ever have been.
Well, thank you very much for the compliment, and thank you for the call.
Oh, absolutely. Take care, John.
Bye. I should
Thank you.
plug, if I may.
Absolutely.
WPTT's 1360. I'm on from 3 until 6. And
Monday
on
through
Sunday
Friday.
night, I do an oldies show on the sister station 1320 WJS. 6 hours of 50s, early 60s vintage, hardcore Pittsburgh rock and roll.
And that's the one during the week. They've got Chili Billy and Jack Wheeler.
During the week,
and,
they
Jack
play
Logan.
Jerry Vale and Two Purple Shadows in the Snow. Sunday night, Little Richard and Tutti Frutti.
So that's way cool. And you started out doing that, right? I mean, that was one of your first early gigs in radio, was to do oldie stuff, or no?
No, I started as a DJ and I evolved into talk. But when I came to Pittsburgh in 1980, I did a talk show 5 nights a week and an oldie show on the 6th night.
And is that oldie show, I mean, is that your favorite thing of the week? Do you look forward to that more than the rest of it?
My
No?
favorite thing is the talk show.
Is it really?
Sure. So this is the sad commentary on my life. The happiest 3 hours of the day are between 3 and 6 when I'm doing whatever the hell it is that I do for a living. I love it.
What do you do the rest of the time, Doug?
Usually worry about what I'm going to do from 3 until 6.
I mean, I know you read the papers and all that stuff in the morning. So what do you do afterwards? Just errands and then go pass out? Or,
in the morning, I exercise, I bathe, I brush my teeth, drink coffee, have a chiclet, and get to the station about 17 hours before it's time to go on the air. No, I have a life. At night, I sit at home and watch this show.
A chiclet. What do you, the gum we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was a metaphor for... Susan, another Susan is on the line. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, listen, Doug. I have a question for you. Last year, whatever happened with the interview you were supposed to do for 60 Minutes about the supernatural sightings of your mother?
That's right. Was that a con job? You told us
No, the story was legitimate, but there were a multitude of things that happened that precluded the 60 Minutes thing from ultimately airing. And
They decided not to air the story.
Yeah, I really don't want to get into it.
But it was a real thing.
It was a real bit, absolutely.
I thought maybe you were just conning me and weaving some weird story on TV.
No, I wish I had been.
Oh, no.
There was a certain amount of, there were stories about my mother being alive after having been dead for 7 years, and I bought into this stuff lock, stock, and barrel. Again, there were a combination of things involved. Anyway, make a long story short, the 60 Minutes did not happen, and I no longer believe my mother came back.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So
I mean, because that would be cool if it had happened,
really
obviously.
would,
Yeah. Susan, isn't that a bummer?
She would watch this show, too.
Susan, you still there?
Yes, I'm
Most
still
dead people
here.
do.
You have any dead relatives floating around or anything?
Well, everyone believes what they believe, and,
Absolutely.
not acts that I've seen.
Yeah, I understand.
But I think that, James Van Brogg, we all can communicate a little bit with our loved ones that have passed over. And I just thought it was really interesting that Doug had mentioned that last year after, some things with his mom.
Well, that's an amazing memory you have there. I'd forgotten about that story.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
every day a man gets on the air and says somebody's
And,
communicating with his dead mother.
That's true.
Doug looks absolutely great.
He actually looks better. He may, the previous caller may be right, he may be better than he was too, but he does look better. I don't know why.
He just has a
Like
glow
it's-
about
I
him,
put
a
on a few
natural glow,
pounds,
like
that's
he's
why.
happy.
You put on?
everything's
You-
there.
I'd gotten too thin. Thank you very much for the call.
Hey,
Thank you so
What am I
much.
doing your show? Thank you. You should have blown her off a minute and a half ago. What's the
Why?
matter with
She
you?
was
Because
praising you.
Because the two.
Oh, you hate that. You're
it's
uncomfortable.
Boring compliments.
All right,
Don't get me wrong, folks. I don't want you to criticize me either, but the complimenting gets
All right.
tiring.
Call in and rip Doug a new one when we come back on Night
That's
Talk.
much better.
Stay with us.